Welcome back. So lately I was driving in the car and I had a few stressful days before that. And I realized while driving the car that I actually missed having symptoms. Symptoms such as fatigue, crash, pain, vertigo, you name it. I missed having it. And I know that it sounds extreme when I put it like that, because who wants to have those kind of symptoms, right? So hear me out. In the final phase of my recovery, I discovered how to switch my symptoms on and off on demand. And sometimes, when I was engaging myself with life and situations, I suddenly developed a symptom and I didn't feel so good. And what I did then at those moments was I instantly turned into my body and found the underlying stressor. And I felt great again after that, after a release. So after a release, there was no stress anymore in my body. My brain was completely silent, or my mind. No symptoms anymore, and I felt so amazing. So I actually needed the symptoms in order to get into that phase. But I don't have symptoms anymore. And sometimes I miss having them because sometimes I miss that I'm very stressed or emotional and I don't take the time to immediately release it. And I don't have the symptoms anymore because the whole mechanism doesn't work anymore. Because these symptoms, which are usually mind-body symptoms, they are a protection and distraction mechanism created by the limbic brain to avoid you from going inwards and to find the underlying stressor and to avoid you from having a release. Because according to the brain, it's a very dangerous experience. But every time when I had a symptom, I did the exact opposite. And I dived into my body immediately. And that's why the whole mechanism became obsolete. Because it was sort of achieving the opposite of what the mechanism was there for. And as a result, I don't have symptoms anymore because it just doesn't work. But that doesn't mean that I never have stress or emotions in my life. Sometimes things are very stressful. And sometimes I do need a release, just a stress release, a few tears, maybe some shaking, maybe some yawning, etc. But when I don't have these severe symptoms, then maybe I don't even notice that, It becomes normal, and I think around 80% of all people are most of the time or all of the time in this stress loop. And therefore, it's difficult. And I miss having the symptoms. So what do you think about this? How do you feel about your symptoms right now? And would you feel and think the exact same way as I do if you were able to release them on demand? So please let me know. Write it in the comments. And while you're at it, please give me a like and click the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day.